Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to be talking about workplace communication methods. Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to talk about workplace communication methods. Now I've got 5 of them here today. These are the main ones that happen in the workplace and that people use in and out on a day-to-day basis. And mastering these communication methods is vitally important to your workplace success because, it makes a difference. You're going to be doing this every single day. You don't want anything bad to happen just because of a lack of communication in the workplace. Once again, we're in clinical research or even if in other fields, people's lives are impacted. The company's bottom line is impacted, and you don't want people to think you're saying one thing, but you really mean something else, and it could just create overall problems and a lot of hoopla. So you've really got to master these 5 I'm about to lay out today, and they're not in any particular order. I just laid them out, all 5. So the first one is instant message, IM. This is a common one. A lot of people use Microsoft Link is the system. It runs in the Microsoft Outlook ecosystem, but it's called Microsoft Link. And that's the way people ping each other back and forth. Instant message. It's a quick way to just check up on something real quick. You don't want to go as in depth as an email and type out like a whole essay or something. You can send things back and forth. You can share screens usually through this messenger system. You can do a lot of it. It's pretty powerful, but it's usually in a casual setting. And I mean, it's a little bit more casual than an email to a lot of people. It's typically one-on-one, or you can do a group instant message as well, but it's typically one-on-one, and it's quick, it's fast. If you need an answer to something really fast or got a quick question, it's a great communication method to use, and it's typically for people on the internal network. So I think at most companies you can't instant message people that have different addresses or at a different company or something like that. Typically it's for internal. All right. So that's the first one, IM. Now the second common communication method is email. Now a lot of you guys have used email before. A lot of you guys have personal email accounts, so that's used on a day-to-day basis. We don't really use instant message that much anymore. It was popular back in the day. You had AOL Instant Messenger, or AIM as we called it, and everyone had a screen name, and you would message back and forth, and that was a really great communication method. I think that was the communication method before text messaging, and it allowed people to really transition into text messaging more easily because we were used to messaging back and forth in that way. But now instant message is very popular in the workplace, and it's necessary in the workplace. I actually find it very useful to be good at instant messenger. But email has been around for a long time. People used email even back with AOL, and back in the day people used email and would open every email. Nowadays you're bombarded on your personal account, at least, with a bunch of advertisements and sign up for this email, sign up for that email, and they'll give you 20% off this, and then before you know it, you have a bunch of crap in your email box that you have to clean out. Now the workplace email is going to work a little bit differently than that. You're pretty much going to use your email for reasons you weren't going to use your instant message. If you got to send out a newsletter to a team of employees, if you got to send out a big summary of something or update your team on something, you're going to send it out in an email. It's a little bit more formal than instant message, and it's a really good way to let a lot of people in and let them know what's going on in a project. You can put in pictures, you can put in diagrams, you can put in tables, etc. in an email. There's a lot of things you can do in email, and that's typically Microsoft Outlook as well. And those systems, Microsoft Link and email, typically can work hand in hand. You can send an email from Link. You can pull up the email page. There's a lot of different things. We're not going to go too deep here. This is just an overview video. We might do a video breaking each of them down more specifically later on, but this is just an overview. So that's really the situation. You would use email, and there's an etiquette to go over with email. Once again, we're not going to go into too much detail here, but email, very important workplace communication method. Now the third communication method is the phone. And the phone, it depends on your role, how much you're going to use it. But the most common way that I use it is in combination with the next common communication method, which is WEBEX. You have a meeting and you call into the meeting on your desk phone, and that's a good way of getting into the meeting and hearing everybody and hearing everything. Very rarely do I have someone call me or am I calling out on it. It happens, don't get me wrong, but it's just not on a weekly basis. It might be every other week or something like that where I use it. Most commonly, it's going to be logging into WEBEX and calling in, or Skype or something like that. So third is the phone. Once again, there's an etiquette there as well. You want to be formal until you have proven you can be casual with someone if you're talking to them on the phone. And you guys have used phone before. We don't need to go into too much detail here. So there's the phone as well. That's number 3. Fourth is WEBEX or Skype. And this is a way for you to have meetings online, and it's a very good system. I'm more familiar with the WEBEX system. Obviously, I have Skype at home, and I've used that before. But WEBEX is going to be something similar to Skype. You can video message, or you can just have a bunch of people in a meeting room and have them all connected in using the phone, or some people have phones on their computer or can talk through the computer. And I know that's common with WEBEX as well. So it's a good place for people to have meetings, online meetings. You can share screens so people can show what they're working on to other team members, and other team members can comment on it. You can ask questions. People can chat in a WEBEX forum. A lot of good things going on there in WEBEX, but typically meetings are going to be held in WEBEX so people can see what's going on. They can see the agenda, see any meeting minutes that are being taken or anything like that. So number 4 is WEBEX and Skype. And then number 5 is one that I almost left off the list because it's so basic, but I put it on the list because it's important, especially because people are always complaining that millennials don't know how to do this anymore, and that they're old, that they're missing out on some of the old ways of communication. But whatever, we just communicate a little bit differently nowadays, but we still hold on to, it's human nature. But enough of that. The 5th way of workplace communication is face-to-face communication. Now, like I said earlier, people think that millennials don't know how to do this, but obviously we know how to do this because we're humans, and humans are primarily communication-based animals. So face-to-face communication, obviously, when you're at the workplace, you want to be a little bit more formal. You don't want to be as casual unless you know the person fairly well. Don't need to go into too much detail here about how to act in the workplace. But face-to-face communication, you might have meetings face-to-face, or just, walking by somebody in the hallway and saying hello. So that can really range from all different types, from the casual to the more formal. If you're meeting a sponsor or something at your office, then that's going to be a more formal situation. Or if you're just passing a friend in the hallway, that's going to be a little bit more casual situation. So all 5, instant message, email, phone, WEBEX/Skype, face-to-face, all 5 communication places in the workplace. Shouldn't have any questions there, just an overview video about that. We're going to go into detail in another video about each one. Those probably deserve their own separate videos just because there's so much to unpack there about each one. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it. You can email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. We're always looking for people to have on the show or the podcast that are in the clinical research space, or really any space related to research or clinical research or pharmaceuticals and that nature. We're always willing to learn and bring you guys the best content we can possible. So if you think you have a lot of knowledge, or you think you can add something to the channel, please email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. We'd love to talk to you about it. Please comment down below if you think I've forgotten any communication methods. Once again, I'm by no means know everything. So if you guys think that I've forgotten something, please comment down below, and we'll have a conversation in the comments about that. I think that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share with everybody. Take care.